I think as far as San Antonio athletes, one thing that makes them very distinct is that they have a lot more grit, a lot more tenacity to be successful, but to get recognized. I've noticed that since we've been here, San Antonio athletes seem that they have to work harder to get the same notice that they do in the larger cities.
For my family, we have this mentality of wanting to be the best. And I think that also comes with every, San Antonio citizen. And then like my family, my parents have taught me to always, give reverence to God and to work hard and give 100% all the time. So I think that's one thing that every person in San Antonio has. So when I was 8 years old, I was playing basketball and soccer. And I realized that I was good at both, but I went to a camp and one of the coaches from Lone Star, said, "You're kind of too good for playing rec." So then I just chose soccer and I focused on soccer when I was about 9. I'm very passionate about soccer and I love soccer, and I think, growing up with my dad playing soccer, and it just means everything to me. It's really the one thing that our family has and everyone's played, and for me, soccer means everything to me, and the fact that my sister and I also can share something on that, and I help her and she helps me, and it's just been a really big part of our lives. So my first national camp, I went with the birth year of 2001, and I'm a 2002, and I had just turned 13 going against 15-year-olds. So my mindset was, I have nothing to lose here. I just have to give it my all and work hard till the very end. And once I realized that I could compete with girls older than me, it just pushed me. And then I think that's what led to my next call-ups and the next camps. It was an honor and a blessing to, wear the crest, represent my country. And, when you walk out and hear the national anthem, there really isn't any other feeling like it. And it was just an amazing experience. We played against Belgium, Switzerland, and Portugal, 3 different opponents, and their style of play was different, and we had to, as a team, face different challenges with every opponent, and, we ended up winning the entire tournament. We beat all 3 countries, and, we beat Portugal in Portugal, so it was really awesome, and it was an amazing experience, and I just had a blast, and it was an honor.
Player traits that I look for, one would be a certain commitment level. I think that one of the first things we look for is what are their ambitions, what are their commitments, what's their dedication like. Because irrespective of their talent level, their athleticism, if those pieces aren't in line with what's required, it won't work out.
Type 1 diabetes is autoimmune disease, and I got it when I was 12, and I was really sick. Like, I was in the hospital, and they didn't know what was wrong until they did a bunch of tests and they found out. But I was really sick for a couple of weeks, and it was really scary. So I have an insulin pump. I use the Omnipod. I have to count my carbs, and a lot of people don't really get that because they don't think about every single piece of food they put into their body. Every drink, every piece of food, I have to know what's in it. But learning to count carbs was really hard because that's not the first thing you think about food. You think like, oh, what do I want to eat? I'm like, oh, how many carbs does that have in there? That's just what my mind goes to. I've only had diabetes for 3 years. Like, I don't even know what it's gonna be like in like 20. So I'm just, living.
Staying healthy is the most important thing these athletes can do. We talk all the time about, they have these God-given talents that's going to get them, as far as they can. We see that, we talked about they have grit and tenacity, so mentally, if they're tough enough and they can stay healthy, then that's the 3 main things that we can see for them to be successful, So for keeping them healthy, learning preventive measures.
High blood sugars, you have really bad headaches, your stomach hurts, you just feel horrible. If you run too high for too long, you can go into DKA, which is diabetic ketoacidosis, and that is like the point where like you can die if you're not taking care of yourself.
So beyond their abilities, their technique, beyond the training field, beyond the game field, things that we're looking for. The very first question we ask any player that wants to be in the girls DA is what is their ambition? Because if their ambition is not in line with the amount of sacrifice that goes into the girls DA, then again, it would be a decision that would be short-lived.
So I think our decision just came from us deciding this is what we want as a family. And, you know, Austin gives me a different level of soccer with the Development Academy program, but it's just a huge sacrifice we've made, and, you know, we've accepted it, and we've been doing it for the past 3 years. So it's pretty, you know, it's easy now, but it's just definitely a big sacrifice that we've made, and we're okay with it, and we know it's going to pay off in the long run.
That is a massive commitment to make as a player, as a family, especially with the amount of times we train every week and these kids make every session, because a lot of people won't think about the small things. If they have other children, those children aren't with both of their parents every meal now.
It's a lot of work. I during the school weeks, especially, it's so much stress because you have all your AP classes you're taking, and then you have soccer practice every day after school, and then you have to go home, do homework for 30 minutes, then go to club training, then come home, finish your homework, eat, and especially I have to make sure I take care of myself. But thankfully I have my mom, and my mom is always there to help me with everything, make sure I'm on top of everything. But having my parents' support is a big part, because I wouldn't be playing soccer, I wouldn't be doing any of this if I didn't have my mom and dad.
They're my bigger supporters, and if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be able to do the things I do, and I wouldn't have been able to accomplish the things I've accomplished. And it's going to be, I have next season and the season after that, and then I'm off to college, so just really prepare myself for the collegiate level. And UCLA, I just can't wait to play there and hopefully win a national championship. So I want to major in physiology, and maybe that will lead to sports medicine. And I still have time to decide, but my main goal is to either be a sports medicine doctor or a pediatrician.
In the future, I do want to play at the collegiate level. I am interested in playing college soccer. That's one big thing. I want to go to school, but I'm not just going. I don't want to be a professional athlete. I want to pursue a career other than soccer, but soccer is definitely in my future for college.
I think everyone's path is different, and I think an athlete has to realize that if someone's, achieving something and you're not, that's okay. Your path is different, and you have to believe in yourself and believe in the people who believe in you, your trainers, your coaches, your parents. There might be some hard days, but just know that they want the best for you, and to set your goals high and just to always want to be the best and work to be the best.
Don't be embarrassed, because when we all started, we didn't know how to do most of this stuff. So just don't be afraid to ask questions and put yourself out there.